Hey everyone, let's look at some examples of derivatives where we're going to need to use the chain rule. If you'd like to review the steps to the chain rule, watch my Calculus, the Chain Rule Explained video by clicking here. Okay, let's look at example 1. So this says take the derivative with respect to x of e to the 2x. So we know the derivative of the exponential is always itself, so we're going to get e to the 2x. But then the chain rule says to multiply that by the derivative of whatever function is inside. So the derivative of 2x is 2, so we're going to multiply this by 2. And that's going to be the answer for example 1. Alright, example 2. This says take the derivative with respect to x of x to the x squared power. So to take this derivative, we're going to need to use the power rule. So the power rule says to take the power and bring it in front and multiply it by our function raised to the same power minus 1. So we're going to get x squared times x to the x squared minus 1 power, and then the chain rule says to multiply that by the derivative of whatever's on the inside. So the derivative of x squared is 2x, so we're going to multiply it by that, and that's going to be the answer for example 2. Alright, example 3. We have to take the derivative of the sine of the natural log of x. So we know the derivative of sine is cosine, so we're going to get cosine of the natural log of x. But then the chain rule says to multiply that by the derivative of what's on the inside. So the derivative of natural log is 1 over x. So we're going to multiply that by 1 over x. And that's going to be the answer for example 3. Now for example 4, I've thrown in a constant here, so we have to consider that when we're using the chain rule. Okay, so we're taking the derivative of the natural log of 1/5 times x to the 5th. So we know the derivative of the natural log is 1 over whatever's on the inside. So this is going to be 1 over 1/5 x to the 5th. And then we have to multiply that by the derivative of what's on the inside. So we need to multiply that by the derivative of 1/5 times x to the 5th. So to take this derivative, we're just going to do a power rule. The 5's are going to cancel each other out, so we're just going to be left with x to the 4th. So this equals 1 over 1/5 times x to the 5th times x to the 4th. And we can simplify that by writing it as 5x to the 4th over x to the 5th, which is going to simplify again to 5 over x. And that's going to be the answer for example 4. So these are some handy examples of how to use the chain rule. I hope this helps, and thanks for watching. If you thought this video was helpful, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends.